Get ready to re-energize with this beginner-friendly, no-repeat strength workout designed to work your whole body in under 15 minutes. So go ahead, grab a chair and your dumbbells, and let's begin. For the first move, we'll begin with a side crunch variation designed to strengthen and tone your hip flexors, core, and quadriceps while activating your obliques. Stand with your right hip closest to the chair and your right hand to the chair for support. When you're ready, inhale, reach your left arm overhead. And on your exhale, draw elbow to knee, lifting through your left leg, squeezing and contracting through your side body. Continue wrapping this movement around your breath, moving at your own pace, flexing through your side body, working through your obliques. Release, and let's take a moment to pause and catch your breath before we repeat on the opposite side. Stand with your left hip closest to the chair and your left hand to the chair for support. With an inhale, reach your right arm overhead, and on your exhale, draw elbow to knee, squeezing and contracting through your side body as you lift through your right leg. Release and take a moment to catch your breath, moving into a toe touch kick designed to help improve balance and stability while stretching through your hamstrings and calf muscles. Come to stand with your right hip closest to the chair and your right hand to the chair for support once again. With an inhale, reach your left arm overhead, and on your exhale, lift through your right leg, adding a toe touch. As you lift through your right leg, work to keep your right leg straight without rounding forward, keeping your spine long, lightly lifting through your lower belly, feeling this action awaken your center. Release. Take a moment to catch your breath before we repeat on the opposite side. Stand with your left hip closest to the chair and your left hand to the chair for support. Inhale, reach your right arm overhead. Exhale, lift through your left leg, adding a toe touch. Continue with this movement, gradually increasing your range of motion, working to keep your left leg straight as you lift and lower, strengthening through your hip flexors, core, and quadriceps, while stretching through your hamstrings and calf muscles. Release and take a moment to pause, reconnecting to your breath. Let's turn up the heat, moving into a bodyweight squat, strengthening through your glutes, quadriceps, hamstrings, calf muscles, and core. Start with your feet slightly wider than hip-width apart and your toes turned open slightly. With the backs of your hands to the chair for support, keep your chest up and your core engaged as you shift your hips back. Lower your hips as you work to bring your thighs parallel to the earth if possible, keeping your knees behind your toes. Pause at the bottom of the squat, then squeeze your glutes as you return to starting position. Continue moving at your own pace, resting when you need to, gradually increasing your range of motion. Release and take a moment to pause, reconnecting to your breath. Moving into a plank position variation using a chair for support, strengthening through your arms, shoulders, and core. Facing your chair, clasp the sides of your chair for support. Step your feet back with your shoulders over your wrists, keeping your core engaged and your navel back towards your spine. Keep your legs active with your body in one straight line from the crown of your head out through your heels. Continue here, or for more of a challenge, adding a shoulder tap with your hands to the seat of your chair. Touch opposite hand to shoulder, moving from right to left. Continue with this movement, working to keep your body in one straight line, using your core to stabilize, And for more ease, return to plank position. Release and take a moment to pause before we transition into our next exercise. Moving into Romanian deadlifts, working through our glutes, hamstrings, and low back. With a dumbbell in each hand, stand with your feet hip-width apart. Keep your knees slightly bent with your dumbbells in front of your thighs and your palms facing your body. Begin to lower, hinging at your hips, pushing your hips back, keeping your back flat and your weights close to your body, lowering the weight to mid-shin if possible. To come up, squeeze your glutes, drive your hips forward, returning to starting position. Continue with this movement, moving slow and controlled, bracing through your abs, locking your shoulder blades down and back, keeping your knees lightly bent with your back flat, without slouching or overarching in your lower and upper back. Release and take a moment to pause, reconnecting to your breath, moving into a seated dumbbell shoulder press, strengthening through your shoulders and triceps. Begin by sitting with your feet firmly planted to the ground and your core engaged. Sitting tall, raise your dumbbells shoulder height with your palms facing forward. Beginning with a smaller movement first, with an inhale, lightly brace through your core, and on your exhale, press your dumbbells straight up overhead without locking your elbows. As you lower, keep your wrists over your elbows, lowering your elbows to shoulder height to begin with. For more of a challenge, gradually increase your range of motion. Keep your core engaged, moving slow and controlled, without swinging your weights or using momentum, sitting tall with your shoulders over your hips and your spine and neck in a neutral position. Release and pause, taking a few slow, deep breaths here. Moving into a seated hammer curl variation, working your biceps. Sitting tall with your core engaged, hold your dumbbells with your palms facing each other in a neutral position. Curl your dumbbells up, moving only at your elbow joints, keeping your upper arms still and perpendicular to the ground. Squeezing your biceps at the top of the movement as you rotate your palms to face inward towards your biceps. Slowly lower to starting position and continue with this movement. Make sure you're gripping your dumbbells, squeezing and contracting through your biceps and abs, working to keep your upper body still without swinging your weights or using momentum as you curl your dumbbells in. Release and take a moment to pause, reconnecting to your breath, moving into a seated dumbbell row variation, working through your back and arms. Holding your dumbbells with your palms facing each other, keep your spine long and your core engaged, drawing your shoulder blades down your back. When you're ready, hinge forward from your hip creases. Inhale, and on your exhale, squeeze your shoulder blades together, drawing them down your back, while at the same time pulling your elbows back past your back, keeping your dumbbells in towards your sides. Inhale as you slowly lower with control. Exhale as you row. Release and return to upright. Moving into our last exercise, an overhead tricep extension variation, working through our triceps while strengthening our shoulder stability. Begin with your feet hip-width apart, sitting tall with your core engaged and a dumbbell in each hand. Bring your dumbbells together and raise them overhead. Begin your reps by bending at your elbows to lower your dumbbells behind your head. Continue to squeeze your triceps as you return to starting position. Continue with this movement, keeping your upper arms in the same place with your elbows in, allowing only your elbows to move as you lift and lower, squeezing through your triceps. Release, and let's take a few minutes to cool down and stretch out. Beginning with a seated forward bend variation, stretching through our hamstrings, back, and arms. Begin by extending both your legs forward. With an inhale, reach your arms overhead, and on your exhale, place your hands to your thighs, gliding your hands down your legs, gently folding forward. Continue wrapping this movement around your breath. With each inhale, stretch and reach your arms overhead, lengthening your spine, and with each exhale, glide your hands down your legs, folding forward from your hip creases. Release and return to center, moving into a lateral stretch variation, stretching through your hands, arms, spine, and waist. Reach your arms overhead. Interlace your fingers and rotate your palms away. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, adding a lateral stretch. Inhale at center. Exhale, repeat on the opposite side. Continue stretching from right to left, keeping the weight even in your hips, lifting up and out of both sides of your waist, breathing wide into your side body. Release and return to center, moving into a seated cat-cow stretch variation, stretching through your neck, shoulders, chest, spine, and abdomen. With your hands to your thighs, inhale, lift through your heart. Exhale, round your spine, drawing your chin towards your chest. Continue wrapping this movement around your breath. With each inhale, lift through your heart, tilting your pelvis forward lightly, drawing your shoulder blades down your back. And with each exhale, round your spine, lengthening your tailbone under slightly, coiling your navel back, drawing your chin towards your chest. Release and return to center, wrapping up our session today with a diagonal stretch, helping to release tension in your neck, shoulders, chest, abdomen, legs, and spine. Step your feet into a wide stance, rooting down through your feet. Place your hands to your thighs with your fingertips pointing inward. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, draw opposite shoulder to knee. Inhale at center. Exhale, repeat on the opposite side. Continue stretching from right to left, moving at your own pace, gradually increasing your range of motion. Release and return to center. Your workout's completed. Great job, and keep up the momentum. Be sure to like and subscribe, as it'll help YouTube remind you to stay on your fitness journey. See you next time.
Now that was good.